The name of this book, my name is Dr. Rufus Jimerson. That's Rufus, O for middle initial, Jimerson. My book is on Amazon.com under books. The book is named The Disproportionate Health Risks of Environmental Racism. Let me say it again. The title is The Disproportionate Health Risks of Environmental Racism. The purpose of this book is to highlight the poisoning of the African American population of Flint, Michigan, and how this situation plays into the Holocaust imposed on blacks nationwide. In other words, we're all being poisoned. Okay? It argues that the zero-sum white resentment politics is the cause of the environmental racism systematically being imposed. The Republicans, who are following social Darwinistic philosophy, are trying to provide lucrative tax cuts and subsidies to the wealthy campaign donors. They're succeeding. This case has broad national implications as these Republicans have seized state governments, 2 of 3 branches of the federal government, and have an eye on the presidency, either by election or having the presidency thrown into the House of Representatives, where they have the majority. They are attempting to provide states with greater authority and responsibility for the welfare of the general public. They seek to minimize the oversight of the federal government herein, respecting environment, the air, water, climate, etc. And all you had to do is listen to Donald Trump, see where he's coming from in that regard, would primarily be in the hands of state-controlled Republican governors, like in Michigan, that would systematically ensure that the communities of color pay for the highest costs for their health and longevity. And they're paying the highest cost for their health and longevity, and they're getting shortchanged. The book clearly goes beyond Flint, Michigan, and questions whether this neglect of communities of color is epidemic. Republicans are trying to portray these cases of environmental contamination as isolated incidences. This book demonstrates there is a number of communities of color that are literally waste sites for larger communities with a profit. It examines a toll that is greater than highly publicized extrajudicial killings of blacks by police officers. So more of us are dying from a poisonous environment than shot by cops. The systematic cause for the disproportionate distribution of environmental contamination, environmental racism, is comprehensively scrutinized in this book. The challenge of overcoming its impact is thoroughly examined. How we can stop this poisoning, this toxic poisoning that is being systematically imposed on us. All right, in this book, there's a number of images that portray a picture's 1,000 words. How our water is being contaminated. Our water should not look like that. This is what it looks like in Flint, Michigan. It looks like that in many other cities that are mostly black and Latino. All right. This is the rust, the lead contaminants, and the bacteria is trapped in it in your piping, old piping. All right. So this is what's killing our babies. They're killing us throughout our lives. It's affecting us with diseases, etc. This is the biggest victim. This is an example of the biggest victim. What's at stake? Our children. Okay. This picture is a Flint water supply. You can see lead is being added to the water. Legionnaire's disease, EPA infection. Okay, you'll make sure you can see that. Here is a picture of all the different kind of contaminants to put into the water supply. First, nitrates, industrial spills, landfill waste, gas leaks, chlorine. Treatments are also contaminating water. Lead from the pipes, waste from the septic tanks are all in the water supply. Never mind the fluorine. Okay, so you can see that it's all in the book. In this picture and everything, you see pour drink lead, and that's the top left for me, but probably you're right as you look at it. The rich get special treatment by the government because they're paying extra with campaign donations, and Republicans are taking it left and right. Alright. Here is a Michael Moore talking about our water that is so contaminated. It's a racial killing because most of this is happening in predominantly black and brown communities. Flint is 60% black. This is a racial killing. Okay. This next picture shows the water is clear. If you're white, when you drink from the fountain, we finally get to drink from the fountain. We're doing different fountains. Whites are getting clean drinking water, and we're getting poisoned with lead and other contaminants. In this particular image that's in the book, you see Republican governor penny pinching. That's what they're doing on our backs. African Americans wake up to a nightmare of poisonous water. All right, let's see. Make sure you got that in there. It's in the book for you want to get a flat view. In this one, this particular picture, let me make it clear. This young lady is upset about her daughter. The state of Michigan responds to toxic water. Depends on how much the officials, how soon you will be affluent and white if you want this corrected. Okay, can you see that? Right. Affluent white. That's what it says. Now I know these words upside down when you put them in the video, but it's flat and it's correct in the book. Here is another picture of the contaminants in the tap water, and people are drinking it and washing it. And they've been doing it in Flint for over 2 years here. Okay. This is a picture of the piping and the rust in the pipes and all that. They have all those pipes have to be replaced. Okay, and they're not doing it. This is not just a problem in Flint, as the drinking water in the Abbott districts in New Jersey, the 6 Abbott districts, oldest urban communities, mostly black and brown. The school system has shut down the drinking of that water, but the community is still bathing and drinking in it, and that is true throughout the country in minority communities that are black and brown. Here you can see the parents are very upset about these contaminants and are calling for action. Okay? Thank you very much. The book, make sure you pick up the book on the disproportionate, disproportionate, make sure my title's right here. Hold on. Disproportionate health risks of environmental racism. All right, remember that disproportionate health risks of environmental racism. My name is Dr. Jemerson. The book is found at Amazon.com under books. Thank you.